courtesy of Bret Wilson. Lottie, how are you enjoying the show so far?
It's always an honour to come to London. It's one of my favourite shows of the year, and it's actually the only time I compete in England every year, so it's always very special. And it's very exciting to ride in front of a home crowd again.
Well, I know the atmosphere was absolutely electric last night. I mean, Glamourdale is back and better than ever. How are you feeling to kind of be exploding back onto the scene with him?
I mean, he loves competing, and to compete at a show like London, last time he was absolutely amazing and he loved it. And also yesterday he was very excited to be here. It's also one of his favourite arenas. When we're in the warm-up, it's like I have to stop him from getting in the ring too early because he's so desperate to go in there and see everyone and perform. So yeah,
he's like, whoa boy,
yeah,
take it down a notch, don't worry. And I want to know, what is, because obviously he's such an iconic and legendary horse, what is Glamourdale like, you know, even just in the stable? What's his personality like?
Glammy is, well, he knows that he's amazing, and he knows that he's beautiful, so he's all the time wanting people to look at him, wanting attention. As soon as you enter the stable, he whinnies. Wherever you are, if he hears his name, even at a show when he sees you coming around the corner, he whinnies to you. He's very chatty and very cute. He loves a little cuddle.
And does he know absolutely who his mum is? He sees you coming, he's like, Mummy!
He sees me and he's like, where are the treats?
And what's he like to train? Is he one of those that's like, ooh, new things? Or is it one of those things where you're gonna have to get the meltdown out of the way and then, okay, we're fine now?
Ever since I've been riding him, he's been absolutely amazing. From the moment I sat on him, he's just out of this world. He's not like anything else. He's so powerful, but he's also so elastic, so supple, and yeah, I don't know if you'll ever see a Glamourdale again. He's really amazing, and to train him, yeah, he loves to work. He's very easy to train every day. He's very chilled in his work, very laid back, and then when he comes to his competitions, he's just electric. So I mean, you can't get much more perfect than him.
He's just absolutely iconic. And I know you did a lot with Everdale last year. Was it kind of a conscious decision to do a lot with Everdale and then let Glamourdale kind of explode and come back with a bang?
Yep, for sure. I mean, Everdale didn't do much the year before, so it was nice to bring Everdale out and do the World Cup season and save Glamourdale a little bit ready for Paris. And yeah, we didn't want to overcompete him. He knows his job, and when he goes in the big arenas, he always performs. So we trusted him with that, and it seemed to pay off in Paris, so that was amazing. And yeah, it's always really nice to bring Glamourdale to London, so when we can, then we do.
I mean, we massively appreciate it. But speaking of Paris, a double bronze, how incredible did that feel?
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. I think an individual medal, any medal is something that you only dream of, but an individual medal is, yeah, incredible. And to get the bronze with the team was very special this year. We had a very supportive team. Carl and Becky were absolutely amazing. I think the three of us really gelled together out there, and yeah, it really kind of got through so that we could bring home the bronze, which was, yeah, amazing. And then in the freestyle is Glamourdale's favorite thing in the world. And it was very, very close, but yeah, to get the bronze was...
I mean, you guys weren't pulling your punches either. We could see that all three of you absolutely put your heart and soul into those tests. Does it still feel really special to be able to stand on that podium next to Carl where your mum once stood? Does that feel really cool?
Yeah, definitely. To be on any team with Carl is an honour. It's very special. And yeah, he's one of the best teammates you could possibly have. So much knowledge, you can learn from him every day, and he also keeps you very humble and feet on the ground at the same time. So yeah, I mean, the combination of Carl and Becky together, it was a perfect team this year.
Does he ever like slip up sometimes and accidentally call you by your mum's name? Because obviously he's been on a team with your mum already, so...
No, I think for him it's also very special to kind of be on a team with me now after competing with my mom as well. So yeah, sometimes it gets a little emotional in the beginning, but yeah, no, it's just very special.
guess it feels it's like almost adopted you a little bit. He's like, okay, I'll take you, it's all fine.
She definitely looks after me.
And then speaking of Glamourdale loving his freestyle, obviously last year you debuted Everdale with that amazing pink medley. I have never heard anything like it and I adored it. And whilst we absolutely love the iconic Queen music, is there a chance that you could be showing us something a little bit different tonight?
We have thought about it a lot to change Glamourdale's freestyle, and we've tried a lot, but to be honest, it can't get better. So why would we make it different? So yeah, we're coming back to Queen to do the same one that we did here 2 years ago in London, where he won. And yeah, I mean, he absolutely loves that music, and I don't believe there's anything better out there.
Once something fits so perfectly, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly, and we tried, but it's not possible.
And then obviously you have competed all around the world at some of, well, it feels like at all of the biggest shows that you possibly can. But what makes London special to you? Because you say this is the only show that you do on home soil.
I think that is one of the reasons it's so special, because we do come here. And I've been coming here since 2019 was my first time, and I remember every year it's just amazing. I think the atmosphere, the arena, the horses love it, just to be in England, and yeah, performing in front of a home crowd is something that I don't do very often, so for me it's really exciting.
And then talk me through a little bit about what was going on in the test yesterday and how do you feel about it? Because I saw you do the canto pirouettes in the warm-up and they looked amazing. And then obviously when you stepped into the ring, I mean, you were trending in the 80s before those canto pirouettes. So talk me a little bit through your thought process whilst you were going around that test.
I mean, yesterday was one of the most amazing tests I've ever done. And he was, when I watch it back, I'm like, it's faultless. He was just incredible. And yeah, we had misunderstandings, and it can happen. It's dressage, it's horses. So these things can happen, and it was a shame it happened in there yesterday, but yeah, we try again today, and hope it doesn't happen again, because normally it's okay.
That's just horses though, isn't it? It's not push button and it works. Sometimes wires do get crossed.
Yeah, exactly, and he tries so hard in there, and sometimes, yeah, we are not on the same page at the right moment, but he came back to me so fast afterwards, and he did an amazing last center line and last extended trot. So, I mean, the rest of the test was really absolutely incredible for me, and one of the best feelings I've ever had in there. So I have to be very, very happy that he's improving like he is still.
And would you have any advice for anyone at the grassroots levels? Because I'm sure all of us here have gone into a test and it's all gone a bit peak-tong, obviously much worse than what happened to you yesterday. But would you have any advice for someone? Because obviously it can be really hard to just carry on after something's gone wrong in a test.
I think one of the most important things is when you're competing is to always be thinking ahead to the next thing. In my mind, I'm always ahead of it, and sometimes when I come out, I've almost forgotten what happened wrong in the beginning, because you have to move on so fast, especially in the Grand Prix. Every movement is coming very fast, so you have to the whole time be thinking ahead, and there's no time to think about what just happened and what went wrong. So the main thing is that you're just ahead of yourself on the next movement, so the horse can be prepared and ready, and that if you're worrying, the horse is going to worry. So the best is just be confident, even if you're not, just pretend you're confident and go for it, and get the best out of the rest of the test that you can.
Well, that sounds like absolutely perfect advice that I will be employing for sure. But when you're talking about confidence here, I mean, is it even possible for you to get nervous anymore? Like, do you get nervous at all before it comes to the big shows?
I wouldn't say nervous. I think it's very good to be excited and to feel a little bit of, a little nerves and excitement before you ride. I think that's what makes it so exciting to compete and brings out the competitiveness. I would be lying if I said that we weren't all very a little on the edge of our seats the few days we were in Paris before the competition, and for the dressage we were there for a very long time actually compared to the eventers and the show jumpers, and we were waiting around for that team medal for a long time.
You guys worked for it though.
It felt like we were there for weeks. But yeah, it's always a lot of excitement before going in the ring, but as soon as you're on the horse, it's just you and him. So
did you feel like there was quite a lot of mental pressure, maybe not even put on you by other people, but put on you by yourself to do well sometimes?
I think the most pressure definitely comes from yourself. I love pressure, and I really want to do as well as I can for me and my team and your country when you're at the Olympics. So you definitely put that on yourself to be the best that you can.
And how would you recommend someone try and deal with that? Because I feel like you're a very qualified person to ask, because you're literally at the top of your game.
In one respect, you have to think it's just prodding your horse around a sand arena. It's really as simple as that. And in another aspect, then you can be like, oh, it's the Olympics, it's this, it's that.
It's not just any arena.
Yeah, so it's important how you're thinking about it and what you need for yourself at the time, and being able to manage yourself. And yeah, I think it's definitely helpful to have someone help you. And I mean, just to have a supportive team around you the whole time, like we did when we're in Paris, and I'm very lucky to have that every day. So I think that's probably the most important thing for me, to surround yourself with very good people, and everyone wants the same thing. We're all in the team working together towards the same goals. So yeah, and at Van Alst Horses in Holland, I have amazing owners and amazing grooms, and yeah, we all want the same thing.
I think I remember you speaking about working with Van Alst last year, and you described just how busy you were. So walk me through what a typical day in the life of Lottie Fry looks like.
Well, as you know, with horses, every day is different, which makes it exciting. I ride around 12 to 14 horses, all ages from 4 years old up to Grand Prix horses. I'm very lucky at the moment to have quite a few Grand Prix horses and some very special young horses as well. So I'm starting in the morning with feeding the horses, and then we just start riding, and it goes on the whole day until we're finished. And yeah, it's amazing. It's a dream life, really.
And then you head to bed and you do it all again the next day.
Yeah, you ride, you eat, you sleep, and you do it again.
I mean, if you need any help, just let me know. You know, I've got no problems with that. But that does lead me on to my next question. So obviously, we've got Glamourdale, we've got Everdale, but you've got such an exciting lineup of horses. Can you tell me a little bit about who's in your string, who we've got to look out for coming up through the years?
Yeah, I have some very exciting stallions. I ride a lot of stallions because at Van Alst we do a lot of breeding, and Gertjan is concentrating on the stallions and the breeding, and every year the horses are getting better and better. And probably the most important thing for us is the character of the horses. So we still have the quality like Glamourdale and Everdale, and also the amazing characters that they have, and I think that's very unique to have such a special thing with the horses. So probably my next very exciting horse is Kiento. He's already done big things. He's world champion for 6-year-old, world champion for 7-year-old, very popular breeding stallion, and his offspring are absolutely amazing. So he's coming up to Grand Prix hopefully next year. And then also very exciting horses. I have a 6-year-old who I brought here when he was 4 to do a masterclass. He is by Painted Black and then Negro, and his mother is the sister of Allegro. So that's very exciting.
So yeah. It sounds like Glamourdale might have some competition for 2028. Is that the case?
There's going to be a lot of competition for him. And then also 2 very special 5-year-olds. One is by Secret Lover he's called, and he's going to be very exciting for the future. And one called Oh Frederick. He's also very exciting.
That sounds absolutely amazing. And obviously, they're incredible dressage horses. But what I would like to know is if you could never do dressage again, what discipline would we find you doing? Bit of barrel racing, perhaps? Or would all 4 feet leave the floor?
Definitely not barrel racing, that's for sure. I think I'd have to do jumping. I mean, I'm absolutely terrible at it. We do it sometimes for fun at home. And jumping is not one of my talents, but I would definitely give it a go if I couldn't do dressage.
And does Glamourdale like a little bit of jumping?
Yeah, he's very talented for it. He loves it. I mean, with a canter like that, he just has to canter over the jumps.
So just before we go to audience questions, I've just got one last question for you. Obviously, you are one of the most inspirational women in our sport at the minute. I can't believe I'm talking to you right now, to be fair. But do you have any advice for anybody that is wanting to start out and wanting to get up those levels and hopefully, be next to you on that podium one day?
I think for me, when you're younger, is just to take as many opportunities as you can. You can always learn from everyone, take in as much information as you can, watch and learn. If you get given opportunities, then take them with both hands. Don't hesitate. You never know where it's going to bring you. I think work hard, have fun.
Work hard, have fun, and if there's an opportunity, grab it with both hands.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Do we have any questions for Lottie Fry in the audience?